It's pretty hard to see where Tom Tugendhat goes from here, to be honest. On just 32, that's only 2 more than the nomination, or 12 more than the nomination threshold a couple of days ago. Tom Tugendhat really not moving all that much, and he may well conclude over the next few days that he has relatively hit a ceiling. But in terms of those other candidates, it's going to be a relatively scrappy fight. There isn't a clear and away frontrunner. Yes, there's a clear order that has been cemented, but in terms of the percentage of the votes that, for example, Boris Johnson got in 2019 or that Theresa May got in 2016, they were far and away ahead by the first and the second ballot, and no candidate can claim that today.
Let's look at Penny Mordaunt, because in many ways she's probably had the best of the first round, and now probably the best of the second round. I think maybe fair to say, as in she is cementing herself now as the second candidate in this race behind Rishi Sunak. In saying that, with Suella Braverman out, are we to assume that the majority of her 32 MPs would cross over to Liz Truss?
Well, there's a big fight now for the Braverman vote, and it's interesting. Liz Truss has just put out a statement, or indeed her spokesman has, who said that today's result shows that Liz Truss is attracting a wide range of supporters from across the Conservative Party, and the very next sentence is, Suella Braverman has run a campaign of which she can rightly be proud. As Liz set out in her speech, now's the time for MPs to unite behind the candidate who will cut taxes, deliver on economic change, continue to deliver the benefits of Brexit and ensure Putin loses in Ukraine. So a clear pitch there for the Suella Braverman supporters. Potentially Liz will pick those up. She has added a good number to her vote today, but also Kemi Badenoch not doing badly at all, adding 9 on her vote yesterday. There's going to be a scrap between Liz Truss and Kemi Badenoch in terms of who is going to be the economic reform candidate, who is going to be the very small state candidate, who's going to take the fight to those issues like, for example, the online harms bill, keeping free speech alive on the internet. All of these issues are going to play into what will likely be a scrappy 3 days in terms of who's going to be the change candidate, who's going to be the small state candidate, dare I say it, who's going to be the Thatcherite candidate.
And Tom, just talk us through how important these debates may well be this weekend, because we heard, didn't we, from Badenoch's team suggesting what they really wanted to do was to get her through to the TV debates at the weekend, that she would then shine, and that may well change the course of things. And we are going to see, I think, 3 of them, certainly 2 over the weekends.
Well, we hope to see 3 debates, but as these things go, the candidates are being relatively guarded as to whether they will do these debates or not. Now, we all remember back in 2019, Channel 4 hosted a debate that every candidate other than Boris Johnson attended, and indeed Boris Johnson ended up winning. There was a nice sculpture there to represent something to do with the climate crisis. I think that was probably something that helped Boris Johnson more than hindered him there. So it will be interesting to see which of these candidates go to these debates, what conditions they put on those debates. I've heard that a number of teams are saying we'll only go if every single candidate is there, etc. There will be negotiations down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these debates happen and others do not. But what will be really crucial potentially is those Sunday morning interviews, is the big play in the Sunday papers. There's a long way to go, because it's not just Friday of campaigning, Saturday of campaigning, Sunday of campaigning, but also the whole of Monday morning as well. It's a late vote on Monday afternoon, evening, starting at 6 p.m, I believe, and that's after a confidence motion on the floor of the House. Might these candidates want to stand up and give speeches in that confidence motion? Might that convince their colleagues as well? It will be a fascinating day to watch, and indeed weekend.